Welcome to the Fantasy Football Hub YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be revealing my free hit team for Game Week 13, where I currently have 24 hours out from deadline, 3 Man City attackers. I will also be revealing Fantasy Football Hub's best free hit team. That is the best possible team you could choose this week according to Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points. Okay, first of all, I think it's worth just having a look back at my team from last week, the points that I got, and also looking at how it would look for this week while discussing why I'm going to play the free hit this week. I did okay last week. I got lucky and unlucky, I would say. Keane came off the bench for Semenyo, which was obviously a lot of luck, but Thiago missed his second penalty. But then again, was he fortunate to get, another set of penalties in this game? Yes, probably. I will take a green arrow. I'm at 720k. I would definitely have taken that before this week. So looking at my team for Game Week 13, this is how it currently lines up. Interestingly, Mukiele is predicted to score more points than Van Dijk. I would obviously play Van Dijk. Well, is it even that obvious? I would play Van Dijk over Mukiele despite how bad Liverpool have been recently. But this is the team for Game Week 13 with 2 free transfers and no chips played. This is why I'm not 100% on free hitting just yet, because the Game Week rating is 95%. It's why I haven't played the chip yet. I'll be honest, I'm probably 95% likely going to do it. And when I show you my drafts, that's the reason why I'm going to do it, because I really like it. There's a lot of upside there, but it doesn't. This team doesn't need a free hit, obviously. I think everyone could probably agree with that. Even if Semenyo's out, I mean, there are transfers I could make, right? I can afford to go to Foden, for example, this week. And if I go to Foden, I mean, all of a sudden, that is not too far away from like a very solid free hit team anyway. I mean, Munoz and Sarr, pretty decent. They're not going to be in many free hit teams, I would imagine. Raya as well, people are free hitting out Arsenal players. Is the Chelsea game that bad? And then apart from that, it's like Mateta and Mbermo, who are the ones that aren't really on free hits. It's not that bad is the point. However, I do think I'm going to free hit this week because we are running out of time. You've got to use it by Game Week 19. And looking ahead, where the Arsenal fixtures in particular are better, I do think that this is a good week to do it when they have Chelsea away. And then City have such good fixture. Obviously, Villa have a great fixture and Brentford do as well. It's a shame that I've already got Thiago in a way, because I feel like a lot of people will be happy to bring him in on free hit and then lose him for Arsenal and Tottenham. But I still think he is essential on free hits. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is build my current drafts. It is a bit aggressive, as you can tell by the title. It does involve a triple up on the City attack, which I think is going to be my sort of differential this week. We'll talk about it more when we get there. Let's start with some obvious picks. I think Martinez is an obvious pick. There aren't that many options really in goal. Don't need to talk too much about him. Got a great fixture at home to Wolves. Also, makes a decent number of saves, I think, and has an outside chance at bonus and stuff. So I think there is a ceiling there for him. He's not like a genuine 6-pointer like someone like Raya often is. Defense. This is where it's quite tough, to be honest, because I've had O'Reilly in all my drafts, but going with a triple City attack, it means there's no space for O'Reilly, no City defender. Maybe I've just got to hope that Leeds nick one. The problem with not having O'Reilly is that he is a really good attacking fullback. So I am definitely sacrificing something there, and I'm not 100% committed to the triple City attack, but no City defense in this draft. Van Dijk is in. I just feel like at some point they have to bounce back. West Ham conceded over 4 XG against Bournemouth last week. Van Dijk is a monster from set pieces, and West Ham are very bad at defending them. I also feel like he's very likely to get DEFCONs. I think it's going to be hard not to go for him, despite Liverpool being so bad recently. I can see the comments already. I know. I get it. But yeah, he is in there for now. Matty Cash is alongside him. I'm quite keen to have double Villa defence. Wolves at home is a great fixture. And then to round off my defenders, it was between sort of O'Reilly, obviously Daniel Munoz, but I think there has to be some Brentford defensive cover. I've got Vandenberg in this one, just for money reasons, really. But I think if you can get to Collins, I would probably go for Collins. Is he predicted to score slightly higher than Vandenberg? Yes, but not by much. Anyway, Those are defenders, and then rounding things off on the bench, Mukiele and Estev. Let's get into midfield. Salah is there. He just is. Again, for the same reasons as what I said about Van Dijk. It's just one game. I'm not committing to him. Liverpool surely will score a couple of goals against West Ham. It's just like it's gonna happen, isn't it? Maybe I'm insane, but Salah is in. There we go. Alongside him, I have got Phil Foden. Not just Phil Foden, but also Jeremy Doku, and that is where the triple city comes into play. I just like Doku so much watching him, and it's a shame because of rotation. You can never really own him in FPL. I want to own him this week. I feel like Leeds at home is a Doku game for him to just run at them, attack. He could go nuclear. His ceiling is obviously incredible. And yeah, I want to own him. I feel like he's going to start. We'll get, hopefully, some leaks that he is starting. Foden is pretty much nailed on there as well. Rodgers, again, phenomenal fixture. His numbers aren't the best as underlying numbers, but he's off the back of a couple of goals in the Premier League. Villa look really strong now. Marlon is an outside option for me, but I can't guarantee that he's going to start after his couple of goals in midweek. But Rodgers is in. And then my final midfielder is Sharda right now. I feel like, just having Thiago probably isn't enough in this game. Sharda is very good for minutes. He's been getting quite a lot of chances as well. I like Dango. I feel like he'll just come off earlier. Sharda's played a lot of 90 minutes recently. So yeah, he is in. And then the forwards sort of pick themselves, to be honest. Like Haaland has to be there. Thiago has to be there. And then it's just bench fodder. And I think it's ultimately like who can you afford? But yeah, that is the team. It's aggressive, I know, but I love it. 68.3 predicted points. And yes, the key thing there is that Doku is in instead of O'Reilly. That is the risk. Now, if I was being super safe and sensible, Doku wouldn't be there. And I think probably Cash wouldn't be there either. Maybe Van Dijk, really, actually. Probably Van Dijk. I'll probably do this, get O'Reilly in here, because it is sensible, I know. And then with that extra money, I could go, probably go, is that the same money, actually? Maybe it's the same money. Yes, it is the same money. I could probably go, Gakpo, or even someone like an Ismail Assar. The problem with this midfield position is I don't feel that inspired by anyone outside of these four players and Doku. If I go and look at predicted points for this week, and we'll do it on midfielders just for Gameweek 13. I can't get to Saka, obviously. Bruno Fernandes I've seen in some teams. I don't fancy Ahmad. I really don't. And then we're getting towards like players that I'm not really sure about at all. Dango's there, Sharda's there, a little bit lower down than you may hope. There's Sarr and Rodgers. Yeah, Doku is not going to be on this list for a long, long time, but I don't know. The other options aren't that inspiring to me. So it's sort of, Gakpo, who again, like West Ham, I cannot understate how bad the West Ham defence is, even though, no, they've done all right recently. So it's probably something like that, or it's Van Dijk instead of O'Reilly and Doku instead of Gakpo. What would you do? Comments down below. Let me know. That is a lot safer. I know. It really is. And I can afford this despite what the in the bank is saying. But it's just like sometimes in life you just got to live a little. You've got to live a little. And that is currently what I'm thinking about. So yeah, there we go. 94% gaming rating, which is lower than my actual team. And that's one of the reasons why I'm just very concerned about doing this free hit overall. But I think there is enough upside in those three key fixtures: City, Brentford, and Villa. And then I'm just backing Liverpool to do something, to find something from the depths of despair. Now, this is what the AI is saying. Wow. Double United midfield away at Palace. The reason why I sort of can get behind that a little bit is just because of Palace's exploits in midweek. Obviously, they lost to Strasbourg away. Players are probably going to be pretty tired. I personally wouldn't have Mateta in there just because I'm not sure about his minutes this week. He keeps coming off quite early. Mateus Nunes is a great option. I really like him. And Saka is a nice one to keep in because it's one of those, in any given free hit week, when the players that have been doing consistently well, I'm not saying Saka has been doing consistently well, but he's been playing very well recently. I feel like it's always a risk when you take those players out just because they have a slightly worse fixture on paper compared to another midfielder, for example, in my case, Doku, who has been nowhere near as consistent, historically in FPL as someone like Saka, but has a much nicer fixture. Is that a bit of a risk? Who knows? But yeah, that is the AI team. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you prefer my team or the AI team or your team? As you can see at the top of the screen, get your own free hit team rated for free. Click the link in the description. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to the channel. I never ask you to subscribe pretty much at all. So yeah, if you're still watching and you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below. How does your free hit differ? Are you on free hit, etc.? What are your plans? And I will catch you next game week and we will see how my team did.